It's the season of weddings and IPOs. A company that dresses people for weddings and occasions is getting ready for its own IPO. We are talking about Vedant Fashions, which is popularly known for its ethnic wear brand Manyavar. So if we look at the shareholding, the promoters have a 93% stake, Ryan Holdings has a 7% stake, and Kedara Capital has a 0.3% stake. In this IPO, the promoters and Ryan Holdings will be selling their stake, whereas Kedara will be exiting completely. So the company's brand portfolio comprises of its flagship menswear brand Manyavar, which was started in 1999, and in 2015 it started a women's ethnic wear brand known as Mohe. In 2017, it acquired a South-based brand known as Mebaz, which caters to the ethnic wear needs of the entire family. And at the two ends of the spectrum, you have Manthan, which is a men's value brand that was launched in 2018, and Twamev, which is a men's premium wear brand which was launched in 2019. As you can see, Manyavar contributes 84% of the company's revenues, followed by Mohe, which contributes 7%, and the remaining three brands together contribute around 8%. In terms of positioning, Twamev, which was recently launched, is the company's most premium brand, followed by Manyavar, Mohe and Mebaz, which fall in the mid-premium category. And then you have the brand Manthan, which is a men's value fashion brand, which was launched in 2018. The company started its journey in 1999 with its brand Manyavar. In 2008, it went on to open its first exclusive brand outlet in Bhubaneswar, and by 2011 it had opened its first international store in Dubai. In 2012, it achieved a milestone of an EBO revenue of 100 crores. It was the official Indian wear partner for 3 IPL teams in 2013. From this point, the company was focused on creating and acquiring new brands, and that's why in 2015 they started Mohe, which was the women's ethnic wear brand. In 2017, they did an acquisition of Mebaz, and in 2018 and 19 they launched Manthan and Twamev. In furthering its online and omni-channel reach, it launched its own app in 2020, and it was also the celebration wear partner for Femina Miss India in 2021. So it is a promoter-run company with Ravi Modi as the chairman and MD.
Ravi Modi began his journey as an entrepreneur at the tender age of 13, when he would sit in his father's clothes store in Kolkata.
So I used to go to the store in the evenings. I saw that monotonous, every customer would offer 10% discount. I couldn't relate with that. As a kid only I challenged them that let me deal that customer. I told my father, let me do it on my own, and I took 10,000 rupees from my mom and then I started Manyavar. We started with UP, Bihar, MP, Odisha. So my dad called me and said, you are dealing in the bottom 4 states. I told my dad that I am able to do well in the worst 4 states in the country. It shows me that the rest of the journey should be much smoother.
And Shilpa Modi is a whole-time director. Apart from this, there are also a lot of independent directors who have a wide range of experience across companies like Asian Paints, Nike, Hindustan Unilever, etc. So if you look at the leadership team, the CFO has been associated with the company for over 7 years and has 16 years of experience in related fields. The chief strategy head has worked for Kotak Mahindra Bank, and the rest of the leadership team has been with Vedant Fashions for a good number of years. The Indian wedding and celebration wear market grew at a CAGR of 9.5% over FY15 to FY19. Now, due to COVID in FY20, this saw a dip of 45%. However, it is expected to bounce back in FY22 and is expected to grow at a CAGR of 15 to 17% over FY22 to FY25. So within this market, the branded segment where Manyavar is present accounts for 15 to 20% of the market. Now, this is expected to grow at a CAGR of 18 to 20% to reach a contribution of 28 to 32% by FY25. Some of the factors driving this shift to the branded wear segment is that India is a huge market for weddings with over 1 crore weddings each year. These are multiple day events requiring multiple outfits. Apart from this, the rising income levels, the increasing affinity to wear Indian wear for celebrations and festivals, the increasing preference for branded wear in ethnic wear, the shift from tailored to ready to wear, as well as the addition of new categories like Indo-Western wear. And branded players are also expanding their presence in tier 2 and 3 towns, which is also increasing the demand for branded celebration wear. If you look at the wedding and celebration wear market in India, Manyavar is a leading men's wear brand with annual revenues of over 700 crores. Its competitors, which are Sabyasachi, Neeru's, Anita Dongre, Ritu Kumar, have annual revenues of around 300 crores. Then you have the 100 crore club, where there are a lot of brands present, which is Titans, Tanera, Shantanu and Nikhil, Jahapana, and many more. So let's talk about the company's strengths, or what makes it stand out from the rest. The company derives 90% of its revenues from exclusive brand outlets, and the balance 10% from multi-brand outlets and large format stores, which help to increase its reach and network. So it has an asset-light model, as most of these stores are run by franchisees. And over 70% of its stores have been run for over 3 years, and it has over 300 franchisee partners. But the company has a very hands-on approach with the franchisees, and they provide a lot of support to them, right from identifying the store locations to design, branding, managing the inventory, as well as providing training programs on how they can cross-sell and upsell. So the inventory at the store level is largely managed by the company itself, and with the franchisees, they work on two models. One is that they pay the rent and they pay lesser margins to the franchisee. And the second is that the franchisee pays the rent, but they get higher margins from the company. So the company has a pan-India presence with over 525 exclusive brand outlets, as well as 12 EBOs internationally across UAE, US and Canada. Their stores have a very aesthetic appeal with a modern touch, which helps to elevate the customer experience. Another strength that stands out is the company's theme-based marketing, where they've had several campaigns over the years, such as Shadi Grand Hogi, Pehno Apni Pehchan, Diwali Wali Feeling, and it has roped in several celebrities right from Virat Kohli, Anushka Sharma, Amitabh Bachchan, Ranveer Singh, and more recently Alia Bhatt. So ad expenses are normally 7 to 8% of their sales, which saw a dip in 2021 but is likely to increase going ahead. The company uses data analytics to capture and analyze consumer preferences and purchasing trends. It uses a lot of technology platforms to effectively manage and monitor the inventory at the store. So this allows it to manage the stock levels on a real-time basis at the franchisee-owned EBOs. So the company has robust expansion plans, and they plan to double their retail space from 1.1 million square feet currently to 2.2 million square feet over the next few years. Their online sales have grown at a CAGR of 50% over the last 2 years, and they will continue to grow this channel. And apart from this, they will also look at expanding into newer geographies, cities, and even international markets like Middle East, Southeast Asia, Australia, etc.
I want Indian wear to be a part of the globe, and I want to own the happiness and celebration zone.
So it will also focus on the brands apart from its co-brand Manyavar, that is Mohe, Manthan, Twamev. So its strategy here is to cross-sell Mohe, which is the women's ethnic wear brand, with Manyavar, which is the men's ethnic wear brand. And with Twamev, the strategy is to upsell. So customers who are looking for more premium offerings can upgrade to Twamev. So all in all, it will focus on increasing its product portfolio across each brand as well as the reach of these brands. Their growth will largely stem from the extended buying opportunities within weddings through attire for the bride and groom, family, friends and attendees. And apart from this, they are also focusing on the non-wedding segment through celebrations and occasions, which is a large opportunity size in India. They will also expand their product portfolio with kids wear and accessories, as well as increase the reach of their brand Manthan. They have always focused on creating strong brands with their marketing spends, which have always been in the region of 7 to 8% of sales, which saw a dip in COVID. Ahead, they will continue with their targeted marketing initiatives across their brands, including the new emerging brands such as Mohe, Twamev and Manthan. So another growth driver for the company will be acquisitions. Like we saw in 2017, the company acquired the South-based brand Mehbaz to strengthen their presence in that region. And ahead, their acquisition strategy will involve filling regional gaps as well as consolidating their position by leveraging their strong cash position. So the revenue has grown at a 16% CAGR over FY16 to FY20. Now, given the company's strong position in the market that it operates, its asset-light model, its no discounting model, it has generated margins of over 45 to 50%, leading to pre-tax ROCs of 48% plus pre-COVID. If you look at the key risk in this business, they are highly focused in one category, that is the Indian wedding and celebration wear. Apart from this, they have a significant proportion of sales from franchisee-owned EBOs. So their inability to maintain, renew or enhance relationships with these franchisees could impact business. They rely a lot on outsourced manufacturing, and a lot of their production processes are outsourced to third parties without exclusive arrangements. And lastly, the increasing competition. The pricing details of the IPO are still tentative, but it is estimated to have a valuation of around 17,000 crore, which is subject to change depending on market conditions, but it is not likely to be lower than this level. Let's look at some of the peers in the apparel and discretionary sector. These companies trade at an average market cap to sales multiple of 10 times FY20 and 9 times if we annualize the Q4 FY21 numbers. As per estimated valuation, Vedant Fashion's valuation appears to be higher than peers, but it may be justified given its dominant presence in the celebration wear market, its strong brand and robust financial track record. So if you're confused if you should subscribe to the IPO or not, we will be doing a live session once the IPO date and pricing is finalized. Subscribe to our channel to be notified about the upcoming live session. Thanks and see you soon.
आइए, बारात में आए हैं, तैयार होकर आइए।
दुल्हन वाली फीलिंग, मोहे।
शादी है, तैयार होकर आइए।
नए रिश्ते, नए वादे, मान्यवर मोहे।
शादी है, तैयार होके आइए। मान्यवर आ गया।